Hello creation, I hope you're well. I've just stumbled across this. I probably wrote it about 12 years ago, about 2013 or approximately, around about that time. I remember at that time going on a course with my then partner for EFT, the emotional freedom techniques. The first part that I write after the brief intro to it is about the EFT. The second part is about regaining self-esteem and confidence. So it's two separate pieces that were written around about the same time, because at that time I was performing these emotional freedom techniques to try and regain my self-esteem and confidence. Okay. Life is a journey of self-discovery. I've just written this first part. These are two written pieces at a time in my life where I was searching for the true me, my authentic self. I was yet to experience total pennilessness and a brief spell of homelessness. EFT, Emotional Freedom Techniques. After the first occasion, I felt very exploratory. It was new to me, this exercise. So apart from the initial feelings and questions as to whether this EFT works or not, I did feel very optimistic. And then, in brackets, immediately after being slightly pessimistic, close brackets. As the week progressed, I took the exercises more easily in my stride. It started to become more comfortable. Not that it was ever uneasy, but an inner peace began to grow. At the beginning, I was very aware of the emptiness within my heart chakra. This was derelict, surprisingly so, considering that I was on my seemingly correct path with my seemingly correct soulmate, as it were. There's much love in our relationship, so I thought. That's why a little confusion set in. I was looking for answers to a question that, in layman's terms, just basically shouldn't exist. But there is the realisation that deeper issues have yet to be resolved, and these, I believe, are predominantly hidden fears. And then in brackets it just says, as discussed last week. So that must have been on the course. The second part, regaining self-esteem. This is a totally separate, but at the same time. I had a major breakthrough on Saturday afternoon. After years of writing songs, odes, prophecies and the like, after years of trying to get a band together, musicians together, be it 5 of them or just another, I broke through the fear barrier and performed 5 songs for my little boy on stage at Full Circle Art Cafe in Leeds. I was shitting myself, in brackets metaphorically speaking, of course. I was shaking to my core, but I persevered. This was the first time since 2010, approximately, as I do lose time, that I have sung in public. It was a success, even though I fluffed 2 out of the 5 songs. I have been described as a folk singer, which I feel very comfortable with. The few days following the performance, I self-scrutinised and felt terribly hollow in my heart chakra. We Aquarians have a tendency to over-criticise ourselves, and are no different. But as time moves on, and after bumping into, there's a name there, and then in brackets it says from Full Circle, and talking things over, I felt very optimistic and looked forward to singing and playing the guitar there again. Now, that was a vitally important stage of my journey of learning, self-discovery, of self, learning of self. But we can believe that when someone comes into our lives and we have the feelings and we can ignore red flags. That's major. There's no wrong and no right here. We should always listen to our intuition. And when there's red flags, that's our intuition saying, hey, you need to look at this. You know, this needs your attention. If we don't listen to our intuition, right, we always experience that what we're meant to experience for our own spiritual growth. It's as simple as that. Whatever it is that we are faced with, that we have to overcome, regardless of how painful it can be, it's all about growth. It's all about spiritual growth. It's all about learning of ourselves. I've said it many times before, and I will say it again. What we'll tolerate, what we won't tolerate. It's the journey of self-discovery. Becoming our true, authentic self. Now, at that time in my life, I believed that I was with soulmate of soulmates. Can't say I didn't, but it wasn't to be. It was a karmic familiar. Anyway, lessons were learned. It took a few more karmic familiars to come along before those lessons were well and truly learned. You know? And unfortunately, that's the thing. If we don't learn the lessons, we will be presented, I've said it before in previous videos, we will be presented by those who will reenact similar circumstances for us to learn our lessons and finally learn to put up our barriers, take back our power, etc., blah blah blah. You know, I've said it all before, I know. But this is what I truly believe. Now, that was at that time. So at that time, this is showing me willing to take on new experience to try and resolve something deep within. So I did the EFT, you know, what's it called again? Emotional freedom technique. So, which is like tapping. It's, you know, it's all that sort of stuff. Which was working. It all depends what you're open to. It all depends on what you are prepared to give a go. If you've got something that you need, or you know, or you feel that needs addressing, but you don't know how to do it, there are many techniques out there. There are. Exhaust them. You will never get to the root core of the problem if you don't do anything about it. Simple as that. But that was a vital stage in my evolution of this soul, of the spirit, with this spirit, this body, this soul. It was indeed. And you know, it proves there was a lack of self-esteem and self-worth. You know, the confidence, my confidence levels were low. I'd not performed. I was so confident, you know, but then I was tested beyond that I should have been tested, really. But I got through it. As we all can and as we all will, you know. So it's a journey, is life. Take from these videos, learn, try. If you don't give it a go, you never know. And it's all part of learning and healing oneself. It's a healing journey from everything that may well go back lifetimes. Anyway, I'm running out of time on this video, so you can do it. Whatever you're going through, you can do it. You are your own. You have to become your own, the master of your creations. That's it for now. Take care. You can do it.